Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nitika and this is the Chic Artist Studio. Here we make watercolors less intimidating and more fun. So today we'll be painting this. I've been getting a request for painting some fruits, so I thought why not paint these bright oranges today. So grab your supplies and we'll get started. Alright, so the supplies that I'm using today are this 300 GSM watercolor paper by Fabriano, watercolor palette by Artex, and some round brushes. I'll link everything in the description. So I have lightly sketched my oranges, like the placement of my oranges and some bigger leaves, and then we'll be going freehand. First of all, I'll take a size 8 brush and we'll start with a light wash on the oranges. So I'm taking cadmium yellow for this. So cadmium yellow, and I'll start with this one. So your oranges don't need to be perfectly spherical. They are very much organic and not very perfect. So like this. And then while it's still wet, I will take a size 6 and mix some orange. So I'm taking cadmium orange for this. And then, so my light source is this, is here. So this side will be lighter and all the shadows will be on the left side. So I am making the left side a little bit darker, like more saturated, more pigmented. So here, so in watercolors we go from light to dark. So we'll paint a light wash first because it's easier to build up the layers, but if you place darker color first, it's not possible to go in with light, just like as we do in acrylic. So it's slightly different. So I'm taking yellow and mixing it in. Some more cadmium yellow. Like this. And then, yeah, so with this, again with this size 6, I'm taking slightly a darker color. So this is cadmium red mixed with my cadmium orange. So it's like the darkest tone of my oranges. So it'll go on the edge here. So we'll be using mostly 3 colors for our oranges. One will be cadmium yellow, next will be, or any warm yellow that you like. Next will be orange, and this will be slightly darker orange or maybe red. So I'm dropping some of the color here for texture, like that. Maybe some here. So this is how we'll do all the oranges. So again, for the second one, we'll start with cadmium yellow. Let's do this one now. And then with the size 6 cadmium orange. And then again I'll take yellow to mix it all up. Like this. Some more orange here. Okay, now we'll take our darker cadmium red mixed with cadmium orange and drop some of it on the shadow side. If you think adding red is a bit too much, you can just leave it on the orange side. You don't have to. So I like these oranges very bright, so I add this red. Otherwise there is no need to. And then I'll add these little dots for the texture here and there. Okay, I think could use a little bit of yellow here. Yeah, looks more natural now. Okay, so because these both of these are still wet, I'm going to leave this one and start doing this one instead. We'll come to this one when all of this is dry. Okay, you know the drill now. Cadmium yellow, okay, so this is a leaf here, that's why I'm leaving this side blank. It's not a bitten orange. I mean, who would bite an orange, but still it's not a bitten orange. We'll paint a leaf there. Hang in there with me, you'll see. So with watercolors you need to your sketch needs to be really light, because you don't wanna see those pencil marks under your colors, and once you have put the paint on it, you won't be able to erase the pencil marks, so be careful. Okay, next we are going in with our orange on this side, and then it will have a little bit of shaded area here because of this leaf. Here, I guess this should be enough. Okay, again I'll go with yellow to smoothen the edges, and then we'll go in with the darker color. So by the way, I'm building my gallery wall in the studio, and this will be the first painting to go on the wall. So this, and you can smoothen this one out like this. Next we'll go with this one again, yellow. Going in with orange. these oranges are fairly very simple, but they look amazing. So like besides painting flowers, painting food, especially fruits, is like I love painting fruits. And then we'll go in with the darkest color. Right here, you can define the edges with this. You can always come in with the lighter color to make it smoother, like make the transitions smoother, like this. And then dots. I want a little bit more yellow on this one here. You can always change these like this. Okay, now we'll go in this one. Again, yellow. Bright yellow. All right, smaller brush, orange here. So there will be more, like this area is like behind those top oranges, so it will be very dark. Okay. So again, we'll go with the dark color. And define this. You can add more red, like more darkness to this area, so that it separates from these two top oranges and doesn't look like a blob. Like this. I think there should be a little bit more red here, just to define this top orange. Okay, so we'll let it dry and see how it goes. Meanwhile, I'll just add a little bit of highlight here. Okay, let's do our last orange. So this one also has a leaf on the left side, so I'll leave this space and then color the rest of the orange yellow. So I want you all to give this painting a try, especially if you're just starting out with watercolors, because this is very fairly easy. Doesn't require much skill level, and the result's gonna be amazing. So just try it, and whenever you try any of my tutorials, don't forget to tag me, the Chic Artist, on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you post. I love watching your creations. And I love getting feedback also. So please tag me if you create this. I have all my social media. I'll like leave all my social media links on in the description. You can go there, see, like I post a ton of content on social media, so you might get some inspiration from there. So remember, our light source is on the right, so all the lighter areas will be there and the darker shaded areas will be on the right, on the left side. Ooh. Yeah, so this and a little bit of smoothing here. Okay, so we'll start with our leaves and we'll come back to our oranges later to give them some detailing if required. So for the greens, so we would use a very dark green for the stems, and then we'll mix different greens for the leaves. So for stem, should we use these colors? Okay, so I'm gonna be taking my size 2 brush. You can take size 4 also, and then I'm taking burnt umber and I'm mixing it here in this red. I think I should also mix some dark green. So I have phthalo green. I'll mix it here. This is a good brown. Some more burnt umber and some more phthalo green or phthalo green, like whatever. Here. So this is a nice warm brown. We'll start from this end. And like create a little, okay, I'll have my flower like blossom here. So I'll leave it like that. Okay, so this is how it is starting, and then rest, this is the beginning of the stem, so this will be brown and then the rest of it will be dark green. Okay, we are done with brown. Okay, next I'm gonna mark where I want my blossoms to be. So the orange blossoms are white, so we'll be painting, I'll show you how to paint white flowers. So first of all, we'll do the center. So we'll use this, I'm mixing this cadmium yellow and orange together, and we'll be doing the center of the flowers with this. So I'll place one flower here and then one maybe here, some of them here. Okay, so I have my stems already mapped out. And then maybe a bunch of the blossoms here. Here. Da, da. And then we'll see how many more we want. So I'll be using the same brush for the petals of these flowers. So I'm going to use some white. So I'll be mixing that here. So my white is a bit yellowish because I used it with yellow. Yesterday I was painting something. Okay, so this white, and we'll be using a little bit of yellow ochre, this mix. like teeny tiny yellow ochre, water, and this is a very warm white. Let's try it. So these blossoms are fairly simple, 5 petal blossoms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. So we'll outline them with a darker color later, but first we'll just have to paint these blossoms. So here we'll do the same thing. Like this. Next will be this one. Okay, let's do one thing. Take your smaller brush and your orange color that we use for the center of these flowers and drop a little bit of this here. While your petals are still wet. Like this. Or you can freshen this up and paint the petals. So this is how we paint white flowers on white paper. We are not exactly like painting flowers as such, we're just giving it a hint of flower. So we know that it's a flower, although it's not looking exactly like a flower. I hope I make sense. So these are our white blossoms. We leave them here and start with our leaves. So let's mix our green. I'm taking the size 6 brush again and this yellow that we used earlier. So I'm gonna be mixing olive green in this yellow. So we'll be doing the lighter part of the leaves first, like this olive green. Okay, let's start with this here. So we'll do this leaf first. I'm gonna do our I think I can mix a little bit of yellow ochre in this one just to give it more warmth. Okay, for these leaves I will be turning my paper a lot. I find it easier to paint the leaves when like I'm pulling the brush towards me. So feel free to turn your paper, rotate it. I have to be a bit careful for this one because it's going right, in front of the orange. So give it a nice edge and it's done. And our next one. Okay, so before touching your artwork, just make sure that it's dry. Okay, next we're gonna do this area. So if you see that the color is all pooled in one spot, you can just spread it with your brush. Next will be this one, which is in front of our orange. Okay, and I want some more leaves be coming from here. So one of them will be here. And the other one will be here. Like this. Some of them here going up. One here. Like this, and maybe a stem to connect it. Then we are gonna paint this one. A stem to connect this orange to the rest of the things. And then I would like a leaf that's going behind this orange. So something like this. This is a fairly easy composition, very simple. We are not using like many colors here. I think I should do the stems together, so this goes here and the stem is like this, just to get an idea like how everything is going. Here one of them will be here, and then I'll do one paint them at like all the angles, and some will be behind the oranges, some will be in front of the oranges, so that's how it looks more natural. Stem for this one, and I'm gonna go so the end of the branch, like the end of these branches will be very delicate, so smaller leaves. I'm gonna use my size 2 brush for these. So the leaves will be more delicate, smaller, so like this. Be one more here, small leaf here, okay, and then this one will be similar, so maybe a bigger leaf here, and then like this, and a smaller one here, maybe a teeny tiny leaf here. Okay, so the structure is complete. I'm gonna add the branches. So for this I'm using a darker green, so I've mixed burnt umber in this green mixture, and then I'm gonna be painting these branches. Make them a little bit wiggly, not very straight, so it looks organic. So far I am happy with this. We will be adding a bit of shading and character to these leaves, so I'm preparing a darker mix. I am using the same olive green and I have added a bit of burnt umber to make it a little bit darker, like this. So we'll start with these leaves here. We'll add a little bit of shading to these leaves, like this. Okay, now while the leaves are drying, we will add a little bit of detailing to these blossoms. So I'm using our previous mix and here with white, and I'm adding a little bit more yellow ochre this time, and then we'll define the edges with this color. So I'm using a very thin, like size 0 brush, and we'll be just slightly outlining these, not going crazy. Like this. As you can see, I have ruined this area, so I'll be fixing it with my cadmium orange. Seriously, what have I done today? Let's call it my clumsy day today. But it's all. I'm taking some yellow. See, that's the beauty of watercolors. You can fix your mistakes and nobody will know it. Now with the same size 2 brush and our darker mix, cadmium red, I am mixing a little bit of cadmium orange in my cadmium red, and we will be defining these oranges a bit. So like for this one we'll just add this edge on the darker side, like make it more dramatic, and some smaller dots for the texture of our oranges. These don't have to be perfect dots. I'm just dabbing my orange along this darker side. That's it, done. And for this one we will be doing the same. So this needs slightly darker edge, so like this. And then dabbing it with the same, like this. I'm gonna do the same thing on all the oranges. You can leave this step, but I like doing it because it gives an additional texture and character to this painting. It takes it to the whole new level. Okay, for this one also towards the darker side. This was looking a little bit lighter, so I'm using I'm painting it again like this to make it slightly brighter. Okay, so while they are drying out, I think I should add a little leaf here. So one leaf coming, okay, behind this orange. Like this. And I think I should do a little one here also, like this, and maybe one going this way. Yes, since our oranges are dry now, we can continue with adding the texture. And in this one too. So this texture is now done. Now we just have to add the shadow to our leaves and we'll be done. So I'm making some darker green by adding burnt umber. and I'm just and one last thing I would like to do is to mix a really dark brown. So I'm adding phthalo green, mixing some burnt umber. So this is like really dark brown, I mean really dark green, and I'm just gonna add slight veins to these leaves. So just like this. So we are not completely going crazy painting each single vein, but I'm just adding the center, just the center vein like this. So remember, when we are painting things like veins and like very delicate things, you have to use just the tip of your brush. Okay, and we are done. Let me know what do you think of this composition, and do try painting it and let me know how it goes, and do tag me on social media so that I can see what you created. And I'm gonna frame this and put it on my gallery wall. I hope you enjoyed painting this along with me, and I'll come again with another interesting painting. Till then, keep painting and have fun. Bye.